What is up, y'all? It's your girl Kayla, and we are back with another video. Y'all already know, if you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. I appreciate every single one of y'all who tune into these videos each and every week. If you have not done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified when I upload each and every week. Yes, I upload on Sundays. No, I did not upload this Sunday. I do apologize, y'all. I'm going to tighten things up. It's just things have been rough with trying to juggle 3 jobs and grad school. One of those jobs being my practicum site, and that finally coming to an end. So this final week of practicum, it was just rough. I had a lot to do. Just getting stuff taken care of. So y'all, thank you for bearing with me, and I do apologize for this video being late. But let's go ahead and get into this video because I know y'all can see I had my second IUI and we're going to talk about it. So leading up to this IUI, things were great. Things were great. I called my sperm bank and let them know, hey, I'm planning another IUI. Like, let's get this show on the road. What do we got to do to get things in order? So what I love about my sperm bank, with it being, for them to have an office here, which, funny enough, there's like 3 or 4 pickup spots for sperm banks in San Diego, and I think California Cryobank is one. Sperm Bank of California is another one. Then there's like a Sperm Bank of La Jolla, something like that. But some of the major ones also have pickup locations in San Diego. So mine is one of those that have a pickup location here, which works out great for me. If you have not bought sperm before, if you don't know, I say definitely double check with your sperm bank and see if there's a location near you if you live in a major city. Or, see if your city has a sperm bank. Also make sure that they are, cleared. They do their proper tests and whatnot. But it's a nice thing to have. So I love my sperm bank, y'all. So leading up to my pickup day, I was calling, making sure everything was organized. I was tracking my ovulation. If you want to know how to track your cycles, especially say if you have endometriosis or you have PCOS, definitely check out my video of tracking your ovulation. I will make sure to link it. But yeah, it was really great. I'll be straight up with y'all. Like I said, I prefer to have 3 to 5 vials on hand. But moment of transparency, vials are not cheap, especially when you're paying $1,000 a pop. So I don't have that many on hand, and I've run through the ones that I bought. So I wanted to know, like, hey, how soon can you purchase, a vial and have it brought here, asking those questions. For my sperm bank, they're like, look, if you let us know ahead of time, we'll make sure it's down here. And we just charge you when you pick up the vial. Obviously, if you buy your vials ahead of time, you don't got to worry about that charge. But that's good to know. That is a service that is available because I'm picking it up in person, and yeah, so I highly recommend you have that talk with your sperm bank if you are trying to just pay as you go, because I know it's a lot easier for a lot of people. Trust me, practicum does not pay a dime. So I would prefer to be, pay ahead, but pay as you go also works too. So definitely check that out. See if that's something that your sperm bank offers. So my sperm bank does offer that. It's one of the major ones in that list. So I never identify which one it is specifically. So just keep that in mind. Check with your sperm bank and see if that's a service that they provide. If not, there's always the, Care One credit card and the medical credit card. that you can apply for. But back to the experience. So everything was super great. I went between work. I got off practicum, took a long lunch, and picked up my sperm tank, then went to work. And this was on a Friday, so I was able to do that. And that night, I was able to inseminate. But leading up to everything, I will say the customer service of my sperm bank is fabulous. I love it. It's just that when you go in, they know what you're here for. They know what you're doing. And it's just like, who doesn't get excited over the prospect of a baby? You know, obviously some people do. But if you're in this field, you're getting excited over the idea of somebody having a baby, and you get to assist somehow, some way in somebody achieving their dreams. So it's very much like that vibe when you go to pick up your sperm tank. You're not just a number, you know, you're not just a check. Partially because these customer service people aren't benefiting or losing out if you don't buy sperm, you know? So it's really cool. It's really great. I love it. So yeah, that experience was great. I was able to pick everything up. They gave me a free syringe again, because I get the premium IUI washed vials, and there is a difference. There's premium IUI, which there's no basic one that I've seen. I don't know. So it's called premium IUI. You get washed or unwashed. There's ICI, you know, you name it. For my home insemination, I get the premium IUI washed because I can't wash it myself. And wash just means that they're getting the dead spermies out. I don't really know anything else about it. It's supposed to be that kind. My vials usually have, I think, 16 million swimmers in it. I know somebody wanted to ask, you know, how many swimmies are in it. That's the question that some of my friends ask, like, each time, like, how many's in this vial? How many's in that vial? On average, it's 16 million. So that's a pretty good number. And then you have the option to get the ones with the increased sperm in there. So you can get like around 30 million, you know, so there is that option. Of course, you're going to pay more for that, but I don't. So yeah, I was able to pick that up, got my syringe, and then that day I also triple checked for ovulation because that morning my temperature dropped. My CM said that I was ovulating, although I didn't have nearly as much CM as I usually do. It was just starting. So I was like, okay, we're here. You know, we're at the beginning spot of ovulation. So what was I saying? Oh yeah. So as y'all remember, I did do a video comparing Up and Up and Clear Blue. Originally, Up and Up worked for me, and I was able to get my positives. I could see everything on like a gradient scale, but these past several months since January, something's just been off with their formula. I don't know what's going on. They may just really need to do another check, you know, quality check or what, but it will say negative when I am ovulating, and I'm doing everything to the instruction, you know, getting a clean, fresh cup, you know, everything, and it'll still say it was negative. So that day when I dropped my tank off at home because I wasn't going to leave it in my hot car, I double checked to make sure I was ovulating. So I did the Up and Up test first, and then I did the Clear Blue test. And now I did those both with the same urine cup. TMI, but look, making a baby is not a clean process. So the Up and Up test came back negative. It said you're not ovulating yet. And so the second line, the ovulation line, was still faint. But the clear blue test came back with 2 strong lines saying you are ovulating. So I knew, okay, that's it. I'm going to leave it alone. Today is the day that I inseminate. So I went to work, got everything taken care of. That night, I set the atmosphere again. I don't know about y'all, but I like to set the mood. It's not, some Isaac Hayes kind of mood or anything, but just setting the vibe so it doesn't feel like it's a medical procedure, I want it to feel like it's a special day, a special moment, and I want things to feel cozy and not like, all right, I'm sticking a syringe up my hoo-ha so I can make a baby, I want it to be more cozy. So I got my candles, my incense, and I had TV going, and I did some meditation first, and I did some breath work just to calm myself and help myself relax. And I got to the business. So one thing I did do differently this time is that I got the Preseed. First time around, I did not buy Preseed because I just didn't see the need for it. And when you go and pick up Preseed from Target, it is expensive. Like, it doesn't need to cost that much. You know how I know it doesn't need to cost that much? I was able to go on Amazon and get it for like $8 and some change. So I don't remember if it was like 20 something, but it was not cheap at Target. And I can't see myself paying that much money for that. Like, I don't know why. I have no issue with buying sperm. I have no issue with paying for the tank rental or anything else. But for some odd reason, I have an issue when it comes to paying that much for Preseed. When I know I look online and it's a lot cheaper, significantly cheaper. It's like it's over double in person. So it's like, nah, forget that. I didn't do it the first time. The second time around, I did do it. I will say I do not like it. I did not like it. But it's helpful. So the second time around, what I did was I took the Preseed. You go ahead and insert it just like you do a tampon. You get everything into this syringe that looks like a tampon. It looks like a tampon applicator. There's no other way to say it. It's clear. And yeah, I think I've done a video on this, but it hasn't launched yet. I don't think it's launched yet. So I double check. If I did do a video, if it's already up on my channel, I will link it down below. But yeah, you go ahead, you insert the Preseed, you wait 15 minutes at least before you get sexually active with your partner, or you insert the sperm in the syringe. So I'm losing track of my thoughts. Okay, so that's basically what I did. So I used the Preseed, and once the Preseed was in, that's when I took my sperm vial out of the cryo tank. I was very careful, and I was able to get it loose, which it was so hard to get it out this time, and I don't know why. It was stuck to the stick that holds it in place. It was like frozen to it. So it was a little bit of a struggle, and I freaked out because I almost touched the dry ice. But we're all good. I got all my fingers and everything's fine. And so I went on, set a timer to let my sperm thaw out. It took somewhere between 15 to 20 minutes. Once it was thawed out, I went on and put it under my armpit for, it to reach body temperature. You want to do that for about 5 minutes. And once it reaches body temperature, you want to go ahead and gather the sperm in the syringe. I always pop my syringe first. Basically what that means is taking it out of the pack and going ahead and moving the plunger in and out so that there's no vacuum seal in it anymore. Because what you don't want to happen is for you to forget to break that seal if there is one. So always check, because you never know until it's time. So always check, break that seal, because what you don't want is for you to pull that plunger back and you got your sperm all the way in your syringe and you take it out, and that force, because there's that vacuum seal in it, that it wants to close, the plunger wants to go back down. You don't want that to happen, because then there goes your $1,000 sperm, gone, because it'll just, spill everywhere. So be careful. Make sure you pop that seal on your syringe. So did that. Once my sperm was ready, I went on and made sure my vial was laying flat, open side up. Put in the syringe until I felt it hit the bottom of the vial. Pulled it all the way up. It will fill up the entire syringe. Even though it's about the size of your pinky nail, it'll fill up your entire syringe. You want to go ahead, lay back with your hips elevated on a pillow. Put a towel underneath your bottom before you even get to this step. Put a towel underneath your bottom so that if there is any spillage, of course, the towel will catch it up. And go ahead and insert the syringe completely until you get to the hilt, just to make sure that it's all the way in. Of course, you're not going to put the entire syringe in, just to the hilt, and then hit the plunger. And once you're done, you want to lay there with your hips elevated. I've heard some say 15 minutes. I've heard some say 20 minutes. I've heard people say that you can immediately get up. But my midwife and my sperm bank have both recommended 45 minutes. So I just lay there for 45 minutes with my hips elevated and I watch TV. Unfortunately, I watch Criminal Minds. I don't think that's the best thing to do while you're trying to inseminate. But hey, true crime TV is all the rage. So yeah, once that's done, you have the option to bring yourself to climax or not. And the reason why I recommend you doing it is it allows your cervix to dip into the pool of semen that's inside, so it can gather it and help that sperm get to your egg a lot quicker, a lot easier, and it simulates, it mimics the actual act in a way, so your body is helping it. But studies also show that it doesn't make a difference. Some women, it does make a difference, some don't. I will say it's proven successful in my past. So take that as you will. But yeah, that was my process. And after all was said and done, typically I don't go out and work after. I don't do much after. This is typically the last thing that I do in the day when I do have my IUIs. So I'm not up running around. I've already eaten dinner and cleaned dishes before I've done this, and made sure that basically after this procedure, I'm able to just lay down, watch TV, and go to sleep. So that is my recommendation. That is what I did for this IUI. Now, I will be doing symptoms and results in my next videos. I've already gotten my results back, so I will let y'all know what those final ones are. I will say I do prefer this difference versus my first time. Originally, I was like, I'm not going to do any more videos while I'm doing my IUIs. I'm just going to get the final results, when it's successful or not. And I like the idea of still going through like the process leading up, symptoms, and final results. But it also, like, waiting until after everything's said and done, it's just been a lot easier on me, instead of that first time. That was rough, y'all. That was so rough. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Please let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, any recommendations, if there's anything that you do differently, or maybe I wasn't as clear on some stuff, please put it in the comment box down below. And don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button and that notification bell so you're notified each and every time I upload, and so I know that you enjoy this content. And I will see you all next week.